Obviously, the new extension of the truce between Israel and Hamas has been top of mind, and there's the continuation of the cease of military operations. That deal coming together as there were just minutes on the clock to extend the truce. So far, more than 100 hostages have been released, including 2 Americans. We want to bring in Israeli government spokesman Avi Hyman. Thank you so much, sir, for being with us. Any details now on those 2 Palestinian gunmen? This is obviously in an area of the Middle East that is highly contested, Jerusalem, which Palestinians claim is the capital, as well as Israelis. But the fact that they murdered innocent civilians at a bus stop in Jerusalem, what more do we know?
Hi, Adrienne. Firstly, thank you so much for having me on. I can tell you that, we woke up to some terrible news, which is that innocent Israelis were standing at a bus stop when out of nowhere 2 Palestinian terrorists appeared. One with an M16 rifle, a second one with a handgun, and started shooting at people randomly. They killed a number of people, including a 16-year-old girl. A 16-year-old girl just waiting for a bus, gunned down for no crime but being a Jew in the state of Israel.
It's not just a war. This is very personal. These attacks on civilians continuing like this. How likely is it, though, that fighting spills over into the West Bank?
So we've been keeping a very, very close eye on Judea and Samaria, the West Bank, with an understanding that Hamas has a lot of supporters in the area. Most recent polling said that 75% of the Palestinians actually supported the October 7th massacre when Hamas terrorists plowed through our borders, killing everyone in sight, raping, beheading babies. So we've been keeping a very close eye on what's going on in Judea and Samaria and the West Bank. There's been limited raids in that area. We've stopped a number of terrorists on their way to actions. Just 2 weeks ago, a policeman confronted 3 terrorists that were coming in with piles and piles of ammunition and weapons and axes to perpetrate a mass attack on Jerusalem. That was stopped. Unfortunately, today's wasn't, but we will continue to monitor the situation closely and ensure that there is no more innocent blood spilled.
If the violence happens in Judea and Samaria, does that mean that it's a violation of the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas?
No, the ceasefire is with Hamas in Gaza. It's not actually a ceasefire, it's a humanitarian pause for the release of those hostages. We know that on October 7th, they took 240 hostages. Currently, there's still 145 men, women, children, toddlers, and babies. We know a baby, just 9 months old when he was taken and 10 months old now.
Wow.
So, I mean, we know who we're up against. Who would take a 9-month-old baby hostage? Who would take a grandma of 85 years old hostage and not give her life-saving medication? It's a brutal, brutal enemy, but we're moving forward with our mission, which is twofold. 1, to fully destroy Hamas and ensure that October 7th never happens again. And 2, to free every single one of those hostages. None of them can be left behind.
Is Israel running out of prisoners, Palestinian prisoners who have been exchanged for some of those hostages?
Well, sadly, it's a great question, but sadly, Israel has a lot of prisoners, Hamas prisoners, in our prisons. Let's just make something clear, because it's quite an audacious situation. We are asking for the release of toddlers, of mothers, babies, children.
Yeah.
And in return, we're having to give them bloodthirsty terrorists, people that have committed attempted murder, tried to stab people to death, shot people, thrown firebombs at people's cars. These are brutal terrorists that we're having to release. But we want to get those civilians out of Gaza, and we want to plow ahead with our mission to ensure that never again will the types of atrocities that we saw on October 7th, the worst attack on Jews since the Holocaust, happen.
I have one more question for you, Avi, as we're running out of time, but I know there's been some disapproval and a lot of international pressure on Prime Minister Netanyahu, but he is determined to drive out and destroy Hamas, as you mentioned earlier. And right now, the Israeli government has no terms for a permanent ceasefire. Has any sentiment changed towards the Prime Minister, towards the Israeli government, since some of those hostages were brought home?
I can tell you that the people of Israel have never been more united behind that mission to destroy Hamas.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.